not have any weaknesses.
Oh, wow. That's definitely a bold statement there. I mean, he's got a great laning setup here as well. You know, Shockwave, Skewer, Light Strike Array, tons of ways to catch out the Ancient Apparition. I think that's why Kuro, for now, not really showing in lane and immediately going for that single pull from his small camp, leaving RTW to tank through the initial onslaught, try and gather up somehow last hits under the tier 1 tower. But then you're going to see the pretty immediate drag back with that Skewer. RTW body blocked. And BDZ Lina trying to close the gap back onto him. Maybe can cut through the trees here, but yeah, they're going to have to let him escape for now because of that pull.
To go back to Nico talk, that was an interesting post on Reddit about one of his friends who posted it, that back in 2014, they were both stuck at 4K.
Oh, wow.
You know, they were both stuck at the 4K, and he kept improving.
Now he's a major player.
5K in 2015, and then he just popped off. I believe he was like 7K 2017, you know, and then...
Did he say if he had any coaching, or...?
No, he just, you know...
Self-taught.
He said that one day he's gonna play professionally, so for all the people out there in the chat, if you want to pursue the dream, this is, I think, Nico's story pretty much confirms that you can do it if you're being persistent.
Yeah, exactly. I think persistence there, the real key word.
Because not all pro players started at, wow, I'm immortal suddenly, because you're not, but yeah, definitely the standout player for me. Same goes for Yowie in the second season.
Yeah, watch pro games, watch some replays. Make sure you kind of pick a role, pick a few heroes.
By the way, Chad, I'm not saying quit your jobs, leave your girlfriends, boyfriends, and just play Dota. But, you know, if you're feeling it, go for it. Like, don't let that dream just be a dream.
Go and do whatever you want to do. And right now, Yoa in that mid lane against Invoker. Very even farm trade between the two of them. I don't think there's too much kill threat until maybe, you know, we hit level 6s on these guys. That's primarily going to be the rotations into side lanes off of these active runes early on. And RTW doing a pretty decent job, even under all that aggression. Farming away 10-0. There's good pressure, of course. The free farming Magnus is that real point of contention there, with BDZ also contesting the pulls of Kuroki. So an uncomfortable laning stage top in their safe lane for Team Nigma. So it feels like bottom lane has to be where they find the action. Getting onto Palos. A decent save with a shield and a heals. Palos Fairy fires up, and Mind Control and GH back onto them with GH. Oh, he's going to get away with Mind Control, isn't he? RR. Does he have a missed coil? I think he's still level 2, isn't he? Yeah, so
325
try and chase him.
310. God's Rebuke ready.
The one hit. Yes, the one hit he needed.
RR will also pick up the Pantheon. Palos will TP bottom after dying. He was so close. How's mid doing? 21 on Invoker against 16 on Void Spirit. Miracle double null talisman. A lot of mana regen, a lot of damage early on.
And a ranged hero just pummeling into that Void Spirit over and over again. And Void Spirit obviously very reliant on casting his spells to secure the CS early on. Even though he is that melee hero with a Quelling Blade, he can struggle when he's being tornadoed to deny out range creeps, and the like from Miracle can cause a few small problems. But again, quite a dull lane between the two of them. It really is that bottom lane where we see the push up, the pressing forward from Execration, shove the wave out, get a few stuns forward. They can't drag the wave back. There's no large camp there for RR to pull, and he hasn't made his way back towards that small camp fast enough either. So that allows GH to start playing a little bit further forward, and this Winter Wyvern Mars lane. Level 4 Wyvern already 5 minutes in. Level 2 Splinter Blast, yeah.
So that hurts quite a lot. We said that Mars needs to have a good game, and he is. He's having a really good time on the bottom, a lot of damage. And that next one's just gets blown up, didn't even pop it.
Annihilates the Wraith King. Palos really starting to struggle there, but top lane, RTW also taking the brunt of that damage from Execration. The tanky Spectre with, what, 10 wand, raindrops, fairy fire, and 2 points in dispersion. Not something they can actually finish off.
The importance of the raindrops. We can see Mind Control holding one, just does not want to die in this lane, and they can put a ton of pressure on it. Miracle hitting level 6. Void Spirit, he needs a rune. He definitely needs a rune, running out of mana. Also, Resonant Pulse Shield is dispellable by Tornado, so something you need to be aware of.
It feels like Yoa is going to need a rune and a rotation.
Need someone to die.
Come into mid lane.
If your support dies there, he gets free PP.
Look at this.
And he can refill the bottle.
Skewer disengages Nico. And BDZ's going to TP. There aren't any actual stuns there from Team Nigma. And very reliant on the Mars, like we've been saying, his Arena Spear and that Winter's Curse, the majority of their control. But Miracle now, an unexpected TP bottom. They see the Wyvern top, and they feel safe bottom as Parlos just gets speared after that EMP Tornado combo. And the Wraith King, is this the third death in quick succession from him? They've been saved up by RR with a good shield. Parlos with no one charges, and the remaining right clicks coming through. Miracle Ghost walking to slow him down. Mind control to get the finishing touch. A shield and spear, ooh, not quite enough damage. They need to dive from Miracle to take him down. And RR is looking to try to trade, but it's good Tornado, stopping Yoe's aggression. Into the trees.
They need this kill.
But Miracle's dead. That's great for Yoe's Void Spirit.
Yoe, he was in the base, regening mana. Like, you can see that he needed to TP at the exact moment. Did not want to refill the mana fully, otherwise he would not be able to get the kill. Palos, the laning stage, can't really do too much. It's actually a tragedy. He's what, 0 and 3 at the moment, level 4. So they need to enable him. Magnus will definitely need to maybe rotate a bit early, because his laning stage is not going well. Give him that empower and allow him to come back into the game.
Yeah, maybe even think about stacking up some jungle camps for you. Get the Abaddon over there, and Alina can do that job. But Miracle so very active early on. Goes bottom, goes top. He's everywhere on the map, finding openings. It's a good Light Strike array. Nico, unfortunately, though, out of mana, so he can't get any more damage onto RTW. And just drops.
Is under attack.
And this has all been about Miracle. Out of that mid lane, he's finding the perfect rotations to really upset the balance of Execration.
Creating a lot of chaos on the map. First rotation to the bottom lane, now to the top lane. Meanwhile, all this is happening. GA, he's level 6.
In comes Yoe. They find the Mars. Palos finally gets the help he needs. So equally with Miracle's great rotations, Yoe is reacting beautifully, but look who it is again. Oh, he's done it one more time. Onto BDZ. The Light Strike array will buy a bit of space, but the Winter's Curse, it comes out. Final damage needed, and Miracle turns back, so BDZ, oh, into the trees! Miracle's projectile.
He was trying to hide, but there is already an observer board 8 minutes in. Check the wards. One on the high ground bottom, one on the high... Like, this is gonna get the dewarded, because there's no way that he can see him there. Nico doesn't have a sentry, so Lina is gonna buy one and deward it.
And a stack that was made up by Execration gonna get taken out a little bit by GH. Steals a couple of creeps out from that. Or does he snipe the courier as well, flying overhead? He's gonna go for the TP home instead. Yoe doesn't get the takedown, but you were right, there's the deward. They knew exactly where it was. Still reasonably even game here. I mean, Wraith King, even with his struggles, net worth-wise, looks pretty solid. Third position, barely behind his Void Spirit. Spectre, dead even in the net worth.
Because the first couple of waves were really good for Wraith King. They didn't really put too much pressure, but once they got the levels, Yoe, once again, gonna go in.
Straight towards mind control. Keeping this action-packed game going. The Cold Embrace is there, but MC stuck between 3 heroes. Execration, they bring the numbers they need, but a Horn. Spectre jumps into the back line, snipes out RR, and mind control, he's still alive. Palos, he is level 6, so reincarnation will come, but MC is still alive over his tower bottling up, and Nigma that wants to bring even more. 4, more than 3. Spear him up, catch out the Wraith King. 5 people.
5 people rotating bottom, 9 minutes in. Nigma, they are not messing around in this game. They're just allowing the team to get the farm. Spectre, I believe she also got a kill. Yep, LTW got a kill on RR. So some free gold, first good usage of the Haunt. Also going for Echo Saber as the first item. Yeah, this is the build that I believe it was Poyoyo yesterday who did it.
Yeah, it's a couple of times. Miracle into the Remnant. Yeah, has GH and Mind Control backing him up. They probably realize Yoe there, very limited on mana pool. Might consider a little smoke maneuver back into mid to try and pick him off. But so far, Nigma very good with the reactions. You know, we're praising Execration, bringing the 3 heroes bottom lane. The 5-man reaction from Nigma with that Haunt leaves a little bit of space for Execration here. Magnus farming away tremendously top lane. But you can start to see the gap building now for Nigma's cause with that Spectre and the Invoker up at the top.
they have this global presence, something that we didn't mention, but everyone who plays Dota pretty much knows. Wyvern, Spectre plus a Sunstrike later on, no points in Exort at the moment.
First arena.
It will come on.
And that's an EMP Ice Blast. Chucking a kitchen sink at Nico, but he'll dodge away from it. Still getting tagged by the Cold Snap. Tornado going to stop it, he's going to shield heal play. Buys a bit of time with the Winter's Curse as well. They're focusing Nico, but the shield did come out as they turn back towards RR, but that's a tankier bad, and borrowed time has already been expended, sure. But that Shockwave Light Strike Array not connecting. We'll have a short reset as RR needs to shield himself. Try and dodge out of Miracle's damage. It just keeps on coming. No one in the end will die.
Under attack.
Execration needs a Void Spirit to be active. He's the one who can actually set the things up. Magnus still very tanky with that hood, with the Soul Ring, a bit limited on the mana. Magnus is definitely a hero that consumes a lot of mana, and he also playing against the mana burn, as we see BDZ on the mid lane getting his mana burn.
And Invoker going to go double null into the drums, it looks like. Not going to go for that Urn or Spirit Vessel. Definitely does still have the Midas Cube. And Yoe makes that move forward. Jumping Invoker, RP expended. Good little pirouette spin around from Nico. Dragon close to the tower with a skewer.
No mana for Laguna. They still going to get the kill.
Yoe, that Ice Blast is on him, but it looks like he'll survive through it. DD Rune as well.
First, Yoe set things up. One step into Remnant, into LSA, and then skewer back into RP. Quick pause. We don't know that, but we always love to say that it's quick.
That's what we hope for. So, yeah, put
it is.
Positive thoughts out into the world of cost, and they will be returned to you in kind. Kuroki ready to get back underway immediately. As the Radiant team, they are rallying around this Wraith King now. What's the build from Palos? Is it the expected phase boots? Yeah, it looks like he considered the armlet with another blade of attack there, right?
Yeah, he went for 4 armlet. I
he's got the armlet, yeah.
Because you deal a ton of damage, especially with the Empower, which is maxed out, and then you can go back into the Radiance.
A little bit risky against the AA, would you say?
Sure, but you don't lose as much HP as you did before.
Okay.
I've seen even players picking up armlet against Doom.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Still a solid
Not
option.
as bad as it was before.
That's fair. And good aggressive farming from Yoe here. Not only taking farm away from Nigma, but playing up in this dire jungle area, which means that he's able to kind of use this as a platform to jump into top or mid, depending where his team wants to smoke or maneuver
Radiant's
into.
middle tower is under attack.
And the rest of the squad, they can aim to defend that mid-tier 1 tower. Well, Nigma, the ones yet again making that first step. They are the aggressors. They are the ones taking the initiative. We're looking to catch them down and slow this Empower Magnus draft down a little bit, knowing that Wraith King, Magnus, and that Void Spirit can scale very quickly with that steroid ability.
For those who are just tuning in, this is the Echo Saber Spectre, something that we didn't see few days ago, but now it seems to be the thing. You get damage, you get a bit of a tankiness, you get the mana regen that Spectre needs.
It's a good all-round item, yeah.
It really works well in Spectre. How, like, this is the thing. How did no one think of that before?
I bet someone was like, why am I buying Echo Saber on Slark and not on Spectre? You know, it's the same kind of deal. Do a lot of damage, tank myself up, something like that. I need mana regen, yeah. Perfect item. Yoe smoked up with the Lina and the Magnus.
It's also a double hit. Let's say a hero is isolated.
There's the jump.
Combined with this, so good job.
Tornado got dodged out as well. Yoe can't finish it. GH slips away over the trees with the Optic Burn. And Miracle might be able to turn this one around under this tier 1 tower, but there's a lot of Execration heroes around here.
Nigma is all about that early aggression. You can see the itemization. You mentioned the drums on Invoker, phase boots, magic wand, double null talisman, then going back to Hand of Midas just to be able to scale, get the levels. But right now he wants to be able to fight with the team because Spectre is a bit slow. You know, you need to buy time for your own Spectre.
AFK Spectre farming that bottom lane. Still near the top of the net worth though, 6,200. You mentioned that Echo Saber heading into Radiance next. As it's a very similar setup here to the Wraith King and what he's going for. Armlet Radiance farming that opposing portion of the map up towards top. He's going to get there that little bit faster though, and we'll start to see that gap increase with the Empower now. Look at that damage, just cleaving through a creep wave in a couple of hits. Farms out the large camp in a second. And then back into the triangle where it is very safe. And quite a wide spread here from Execration. They're not playing tight together. I assume they're ready to react onto any of their tier 1 towers. But they're farming all 3 lanes, farming 2 jungles, while Nigma kind of grouped up in pairings here, expecting a battle to come.
GH hiding in the trees in the top lane, one of the best heroes to defend the tier 1 tower. Not easy to kill, can set things up, especially after level 6.
A bit of aggression.
Magnus has RP, a bit low in mana. Once again, he's always low in mana. I'm just gonna keep saying that. Let's see what they can make. Windriver, one of the best heroes against the Magnus, can just split the whole fight. You go in, set up a kill, because you know they're gonna be grouping around that RP.
And Mind Control slipping deeper into those trees. You mentioned GH's positioning, but Mars also in a similar spot. And Nigma bringing that Ancient Apparition top. The combo they've got, if they can catch a couple of people inside the arena, could be a beautiful setup for them. If they get BDZ and Palos here, Nigma, they do set up with a 2-man tornado. Arena catching out Nico and BDZ. The Ice Blast bumps them up, and they blow up the Magnus. Now the Spectre haunting in towards RR. He pops his borrowed time. They just need to get Palos and Yoe out of there. 3 heroes pummeled as Nigma bring everybody in yet again. The numbers advantage and the setup from Nigma spot on. And they're not done because they want Palos. They want to get more core heroes. Great spear after that chilling touch and the cold feet coming. Palos turned on his armor, still has that level 2 reincarnation, don't forget. So first life sure is expended, but Nigma, they don't want to stick around. They know that people are respawning. So the tornado TP.
He actually hits him with the tornado while he is trying to TP out. Kuro will be the victim, eats Laguna Blade in the end, but overall good fight from Nigma. Their vision game is super strong. In the team fights, they had a high ground board. Also, they're ready to take the fight. You cancel the Blink Dagger on the Magnus with the Haunt. It's gonna be easy to fight. Like he tried to skewer. Miracle spell casting has been on point this game.
Oh, it's been phenomenal. And yeah, he's going for that exact same build we were talking about. It's the 5 points in Wax, 4 in Quas, and then back into Exort to try and ramp up your damage. He's got some exceptional setups like this. He doesn't have Cataclysm yet, of course, on the Invoker, but they've got Ice Blast, they've got Spear back, the RP being taken off Nico. Sunstrike coming, he RP's the Mars. It's a solo catch, but the Cold Embrace, it delays the damage coming from Execration, so MC is absolutely fine. He's got some Skellies following him. Mind Control running forward incredibly aggressively here. Arena's 3 of them. Follow through a little lacking though. They're focusing onto RR off to the right-hand side of the fight. And Miracle can't get the finishing blow on the Abaddon. So Execration, they hold out. Even losing that rating there, they could still keep the pressure on and push towards that tier 1 tower. Onto Kuro. Nico with a great blink skewer back. And that now surely should secure them the objective they've been waiting so long to claim.
He makes it look easy, but this is definitely not easy to execute. Blink Dagger into Shockwave into Skewer back. Something that I believe Poppy pioneered, at least it was the first time I've seen it, is this build of Wyvern. Just brown boots and then transition the Holy Locket, maxing out the Cold Embrace, lowering the cooldown on it, 15 seconds. It's a lot of value coming up from that spell in this game.
Oh, with the Spectre on your team especially.
Yeah, they have no real burst damage. Like, their damage is more like over time until they get some damage items. Like Lina, she uses the combo, damage output. Let's say Void Spirit goes in, uses 1 or 2 steps, plus a Resonant Pulse and Assimilate. Damage output is going to be very limited.
And while this has all been happening, ILTW closes in on that Radiance. Relic should have the money for it after this creep camp. And Nigma even going to scan the Roshan, expecting Execration to make some kind of sneaky play in there. Sunstrike sees there's nobody in the pit, but this now could be an opportunity for Execration to walk in. They think better of it, instead opting to go towards the tier 1 mid lane. Start prepping for that fight around the tower. And I like this from Miracle, yeah, into the Aghanim Scepter. Cataclysm into that Winter's Curse and the Mars ulti. We were starting to talk about that earlier on before the fight kicked off. So many setups here for Miracle to be able to blow people up.
It will be chaotic. Spectre haunting in, Mars Arena bouncing off the walls. You see Cataclysm, EMP.
Where do we run?
Yeah, you will need the BKBs. What's Nico building? He's going into full pipe, just taking up for his own team. And finally has Arcane Boot, so a lot more mana pool to work with. Another RP, Skewer back, away from the Winter's Curse.
Yeah, good little stuff with the Lost Strike Array, but there's the Curse now with the Arena on the Nigma can't reach the Golden Race. tragic fight here as they take down BDZ and Nico. The buyback to Miracle now, wanting to extend this longer. Reincarnation from the Wraith King brings him back, and now the heal onto the Spectre. RTWC is fine and dandy until BDZ with a Light Striker Ray stun, connecting onto him with a Deathling Blast pushback. It's a triple for Mind Control. They're going to get the fourth kill here. Lina die back. BDZ's done for.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. They don't have enough damage. They decide to go in. Is it going to be a full team wipe?
They want the fifth one.
Oh, what a spear by
Great
Mind
catch.
Control.
Sunstrike a little off the mark there. Yoe, a TP. Oh, that tornado was close. The butt clencher.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, this build actually making the difference on GH, amplifying the healing, coming out from the Cold Embrace, and he also went for the Cold Embrace talent on level 2, just keeping people alive. Miracle bought back, he's not afraid to use it, just to win a team fight off of that. There was a good RP once again by Nico, scuba back, try to go as further away as possible from that Winter's Curse. In the end, it connects, so you kill one of your teammates, but Miracle still dies in the end.
And look at how bold ILTW can be now with his Radiance up. Straight into that Radiant Triangle, and Mind Control invis here. Gets the spear towards Parlos, but a skewer back. 4 men in the Shockwave, but Nico has no RP. So he's going to get deafening blasted and chased down by ILTW. The damage substantial from the Spectre. Picks up a killing spree on the 2-man curse. They find the catch onto their faces, onto the Void Spirit, and the Sunstrike. Not quite connecting perfectly, and Yoe will slip away.
Dagger will follow, but it's not enough damage.
Take down the Abaddon instead.
Yep, RR will pay with his life. Nigma just all over the place, going in and out multiple times. As you mentioned, ILTW pretty much having a perfect game. Once he has that Radiance up, can go in. It's very hard to focus him. Now 2k gold lead, and it feels like it's more of a 6-7k gold lead right now, considering the amount of farm that Spectre's got.
Yeah, that late game potential and the scaling from the Spectre. You want to be taking her out very early on, but given a pretty free game there. 11,000 net worth as they catch up Parlos. And the Remnant not tagging Miracle. Like Striker Ray towards Kuroki, but they heal once again from GH. They buy so much time and extend these fights that Parlos dies twice. Now move in with Nico, but look at the damage from RTW shredding through this Execration side, and the spear from Mind Control secures once more the BDZ Lina, but RR is left stranded. The borrowed time will only delay the inevitable death of the Abaddon. MC's in once again, and a triple kill for the Spectre.
It's just too much damage, too much control coming out from Team Nigma. Cold Embrace used multiple times. They actually caught misclick. Never mind.
Well, that's interesting. I was wondering if we had someone muted there. Execration had called it already.
This is not an offensive GG.
You can't get away with that one.
It is a misclick. Happens to the best of us.
They are in the lead, and they are pushing up high ground.
I usually misclick my abilities. I don't misclick GG, but
he's got it on a macro. That's what we'll say. Glyph used up there by the Radiant team. Try and hold back Nigma. There is still that top lane to go and clear through for the Dire team.
They don't have that one hero that can deal damage while they're Cold Embrace. Like, it's not even Ursa that can burn mana with the Diffusal Blade, get some stacks up, not a Slark, not a Lashrak that goes in and it just feeds off that.
Or an OD or something, yeah.
And for that Roche fight, of course, they picked up the Illusion Rune on Spectre. All the abilities pretty maxed out. Dispersion plus Desolate, everything works on the illusions. They go in. Now he's even going for the Manta Style himself. Level 18, Haunt, 140-second cooldown, and now they can be anywhere on the map pretty much with their lineup.
It's going to make him so very powerful. And that scan connecting onto Execration with Nigma smoked up. Sliding their way into that bottom jungle.
Nico, king of the hill.
He is up there on the top of the hill. There's the Norris Arena towards the Lina, but jump back in from Nico now. GH, but the Winter Wife just turns around, casts the Winter's Curse, and Kuroki saved once more. This Cold Embrace Holy Locket you've been talking about has been spot on from Nigma. Kuroki, I don't know if he'll even die here. Shockwave back, but still alive, finally. Picked off by Yoe. RTW now, though, free reign in the fight to chase down any targets that he sees fit. Parlos, daggered up, slowed down, Sunstruck and killed. He's only got to done it. Miracle snipes the Wraith King. Nico,
Nice shot
wave skewer. It's great back towards the tier 3. Mind control, heal again.
They do not have the answer for this ability.
It's
actually ability, like one single ability on top of them playing really well, executing spellcasting is what's winning them these team fights. I think they need this Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit. They need to be able to jump him and silence him, maybe even silence him 2 times, follow it up with potentially Lina, even RP. We've seen a solo RP on Winter Wyvern. That's how strong Wyvern feels right now.
He's got 4 staff now, so yeah, trying to catch the back lines and get onto that Winter Wyvern, even more difficult for Execration. Now 6k net worth lead, but like you were saying, that we could talk about inflation of Dota 2 with the heroes they've got. Probably feels more like 10k lead now for them. And Spectre sprinting towards the Radiant team. Aegis in hand for what, a minute and a half, so doesn't mind too much losing that first life, but if they can set up for a proper fight.
Can they zone the team?
They're trying to catch RTW still with the chain stuns. Nigma coming in little by little onto Nico. They find the Magnus, they bait Execration. Ice Blast flies and trails over the Lina. BDZ gonna get hunted into the trees now. Sunstrike. It's not gonna hit. Scouted Lina out. They won't be able to kill her off.
Aegis would run out in a minute, so a lot of value that Nigma got from it. Now Spectre finishing a Manta style, going into Basher next, also 400 HP talent on level 20. It's gonna be much harder to take down. LTW this time around was a bit isolated from the team, but still takes a lot of time in Execration, respecting the respawn, not want to go for it.
Yeah, the objectives, run back, reset, and they've got that realization, you know, mid-wave is near the tier 1. They can clear that out for 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Bottom lane's going to get pushed by the Skellies. Void Spirit is there also, cutting back across the waves. We'll see if Nigma wants to traverse across the map or if they're just content here, holding that high ground area. Some drawing on the map coming out, saying side lanes need to be pushed.
Dire's bottom tower
Still a fair amount of time for that next Roshan to come back up.
Yowie has 0 deaths on Void Spirit. This is definitely his best hero, on top of Puck, I would say. They need this Aghanim Scepter. They need it fast, like they need it for the next fight. They're getting very close, just 100 gold away. The timing that they're looking for is that, plus a BKB level 18 on the Raid King, lower the cooldown.
Oh yeah.
All for Incarnation and have spell immunity. Mike, let's get going in.
Hey, Palos. He's got his Reincarnation, sure. He turns and whacks Mind Control. Aura's helping him out too, but it's a BKB MC and Palos. He doesn't have the mana, he's been burnt off it, so there is no Reincarnation. They've got an ulti on the Spectre, but Nigma just diving the base, a double for Miracle. They are spot on with these initiations, all set up by Mind Control, and it's Winter's Curse towards the Void Spirit. They're going to find all the core heroes. Your Scepter into the air, the Renan drop down, but Yoe's gone. Execration looking really done now, a godlike streak. RTW in that
fountain, but the difference is he's not dying. They just cleaned him one more time. 5-0 fight for Team Nigma.
At this point, it feels like a foregone conclusion. RTW unkillable, the cold embraces keep coming from GH. And the top lane of Barracks disappearing before our very eyes as Nigma with a 31-9, 14k lead in this game 1 of a best of 2. Really asserting dominance. Again, the draft, AA Mars with that Invoker, real comfort stuff. And the transition towards the mid to late game with a Spectre Wyvern have been really spectacular.
This whole fight could have been a lot different if Raid King is level 18. If he has 3 points in Reincarnation, he respawns there. Nigma would definitely have to respect it more. Skewer back into tier 4. LSA misses.
And now they've got an arena. RTW half HP, but look at that. The Cataclysm comes. Nico down. They'll find that first Reincarnation. And a Deafening Blast meatball clears through his second life. He's got no buyback. And probably no chance now for Execration to hold.
Their
second lane gone.
And GG's gone on the bottom, but they're gonna call it.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Look
not enough damage. Mr. Wyvern pick.